Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us once again for our online training today. We would like to welcome you to our another training for how to market your business online, your Kangen business online for the group. This training is brought to you by Be Alkalized LLC. We are Mitch and Donna Griffith, and we are both 6As within Enagic, and we both became 6As while we were living abroad. We spent 3 years in Costa Rica, and we spent 1 year in Medellin, Colombia, and now we are living on the island of Puerto Rico. So we're just enjoying ourselves as we are just experiencing different cultures, but also learning new techniques. As we were traveling around, it became, we weren't able to really communicate as effectively as we needed to the locals. So we just had to really learn how to market our business online, and it really became our number one goal. And in search of learning how to work our Kangen business online, we became aware of so many tips and techniques that we didn't know. We thought that it would be as simple as, posting some pictures and, on social media, and people would buy from us. That's how much in the dark we were about online marketing. So some of these tips have been very successful for us, and we just want to be able to share them with you in hopes that you too will take these tips and actually use them in your online business as well. So without further ado, I want to go ahead and jump right into this training. I'm going to go ahead and warn you now. We do have a 2-year-old. She's here, right here in this picture. And so if you hear her, I'm going to try my best to go ahead and get through this presentation without much interruptions from her. And then also the lights have been on and off today here in Puerto Rico. So though that's just the luxury of living in paradise. Sometimes lights go on and off. So hopefully again I can get through this training without much problem. So finding your online niche for your Kangen business. Now, there's just a lot of talk, period, about small businesses, websites, blogs, and about the importance of creating your own niche. In this training, I will be discussing what is niche marketing, because a lot of you don't even really know what it is. I didn't know what it was when we first started. I want to discuss why it's important to have an online niche when you're working online, and then also how to find your niche market for your Kangen water business. How are you going to find your niche in your Kangen water business? So first thing I want to answer and go over is, what is niche marketing? And I just basically grabbed some of these definitions just directly off online. But a niche is just a focused and targetable part of the market or your audience. So you are a specialist in providing a product or a service that focuses on a specific client group's needs, which those needs cannot be addressed, or those needs are not currently being addressed and detailed by the mainstream providers that are already out there. Also, a niche marketing is also the ability to concentrate on a certain part of the market, to be able to concentrate all of your marketing efforts on a very specific and well-defined segment of the population. So also niches, this is something that I really didn't understand as well. It took me a while to actually get this part, but niches do not exist. They don't currently exist. They are created. And the way that they're created is by you identifying the needs, the wants, and the requirements of a certain specific amount of people that other marketers haven't even thought about or considered. Okay. So this becomes very important because a lot of times, when we are starting our online business, starting working and introducing people to the Kangen water, and we did this as well. But there is no niche, when you're going from person to person, basically your niche is, you're like, do you drink water? Okay, then I'm talking to you, but when you are speaking online, it's a whole different ball game. It's not, that is too broad of a market to try to develop and speak to. And I will be getting more into detail as to why it's very difficult to have, to anybody who drinks water, then I'm talking to you approach when you're doing online marketing. So there's something also that you want to keep in mind, and that's niche market is totally different. There is a huge difference between your niche market and your target market. So let me define or clarify, just so you'll know moving forward. But your target market is the group of people that you're looking for. The target market is the group of people, but your niche is the service that you specialize in, that you will be offering to your target market. So let me give you some examples. Your target market, you may be a fitness trainer, or you may work in a gym, or you may be really big on your health. But your niche would be, well, I want to only work with people who are interested in the ketogenic diet, or I want to be able to work with, as a fitness trainer, I want to work with people who want to learn how to gain weight. They want weight gain. Or I only want to work with people who are looking for weight loss strategies. So as a fitness trainer, they also have specific niches that they focus on in order to be specific, or in order to work their business. So, another example, your target market might be the Lupus Society. But your niche is, you only are working with families that are raising children with lupus, so, you may have had a child that has lupus, and, you use Kangen water to help them, relieve them of some of the pain that they may have been experiencing with lupus. And so as a mother or a father that was raising a child with lupus, then that makes you a specialist, or that makes you someone that has knowledge in an area that other people may need help with. They want to know what you did. And so that is why niche marketing is created. It's not something that's already existing. It's something that, when you see that there is a hole in the market, then if you think that you're able to fill it, then you become the specialist in that area. Also, let's look at alternative health. So you may be wanting to, have your target market in some type of alternative health. And so you may focus on chiropractors, or you may focus on acupuncturists, or holistic practitioners. Those are just some specific niches that are available in the alternative health arena. So hopefully you understand that, the difference between a target market and the niche. And what we're discussing in this training is niche marketing. What will your specialty be? So why is it even important to have a niche? The main thing is that instead of the risk of spreading yourself too thin and say that everybody is your potential client, niche marketing is going to help you focus on a specific group of people and what their specific needs and what their specific wants are. Some of us are just truly, we're just spreading ourselves too thin in our Kangen water business. We feel like we need to know everything, from the size of the plates to how fast the water is being produced, and why the ORP doesn't last and how long does it last and blah, 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 blah. You know, we are so overwhelmed and learning all of that information that if you had a niche market that you were speaking to and you're helping them solve a particular problem, usually those things do not even come up. I can't even remember the last time we even had to discuss those things about our machine, because that's not our market. Our market isn't the machine. I'll go into later. I'm going to do a separate video of, you know, being very transparent with you all and showing you exactly how we find our leads online and our potential clients online. And like I said in a post, it's not nowhere what you think. But that was off topic. But when you are a sole trader, you won't be able to serve everybody. So it's very important just to be able to focus on what you do best, and for a group of people who will buy exactly what you're selling because you're speaking specifically to them. Now, what you'll soon find out is what's important to them. So you'll know, you know, what magazines they read or what blogs they look up. You'll also know how they talk, you know, what they're looking for. You'll know what their main network is. But most importantly, more important than anything else, you're going to become familiar with the types of questions they're going to be asking. And once that becomes second nature to you, then your business becomes, your Kangen Water business becomes less overwhelming. I'll use that. You'll know how your Kangen Water device works specifically for your group niche, the niche that you will be specializing in. And based on your increasingly thorough knowledge and understanding of what your new niche is interested in. And so it'll just be, you know, much more easier than just trying to know everything about any person who drinks water and what they're drinking the water for. So also, it's easier to identify and target potential clients and partners. So as the pool of people that you're looking at is smaller, it will be easier to identify potential clients and partners to work with, as you can be more targeted with your marketing efforts. It's also going to be easier for others to understand what you do and for who you're working for. That's going to make you an expert in a certain field, whichever field that you're going to choose. As this group is more targeted and smaller, you'll be quicker and you'll be well known within the group of people. So your visibility and your profile will increase within this group. And it turns out we live in a small world, because you know, people will just start knowing you for this particular niche, and it's going to make your life so much easier. Also, as it's easier for others to understand what you do, it will also become easier for people to refer more and better clients to you. So as you have built up your trust, you have more visibility and credibility in your specialized niche, then it's going to be clear in what you specialize in. And so people are going to, you know, as soon as they hear, you know, this particular situation, they're going to already know, oh, that person over there will be able to help you. You know, that's what they specialize in. And sometimes they won't even have to know that it's the water as the result of how you're going to help them. They'll just know that you have a voice in this particular niche. There will also be less competition. So as you provide specific services or create specific products for the people in your specific way, the big advantage of that is that it can't be replicated very easily. So, I always say, who can compete with Daniel DeMcCauley, or who can compete with, Eli and all of those, Rami and all of those, who can compete with them? Unless you have that special gift to just be able to, stand in front of a room full of people and talk about just the machine, and people purchase, based on that, then the other people, we have to find a niche that we can speak to, so we can be heard and be able to fill that particular hole that's in the market. Also, niche marketing will really help with your marketing, positioning, and branding, as you will be able to attract the right people much easier. People with similar interests, how they behave, and those people that are attracted to the similar things that you'll be speaking about. Also, a lot of your clients will do the hard work for you, because they will be referring you, and your profile and credibility becomes so much easier and known within your newfound tribe. Another reason why it is important that you have a niche is because as you can provide an increasingly better service or product based on your client's needs, then the chances that you will get more repeat business. People will come back for more, and oftentimes they'll start spending more with you as your relationship grows. So also, I saved this one for the last, because I actually think it is the most important reason as to why having a niche is so important. And that's that when you're doing online marketing, and you have an online business, trust really becomes a major factor. So customers at purely online businesses are largely in the dark about who they're dealing with, and consequently, they are more often reluctant to be a first-time customer with an unfamiliar business or an unfamiliar person that's online. And to be fair, there are thousands of scam sites out there, and people do get cheated every day by these, dodgy online people. So, it's not unfounded, but it is a reality. So serious online businesses do need to invest something into establishing trust with their customers in a way that most offline businesses really don't need to worry about. And that's why we're very big on video marketing. When people see you on a video, they really feel like they know you, especially when you're being transparent and when you're being very open with them. They feel like they already know you. So the things that customers are usually concerned about when they're shopping online or, working with people online is they can't normally see or inspect the product or merchandise before purchasing it. Now, we at Nagic, we do have some ways around that. You may have somebody close to them with the machine that will be able to share the water with them, but still we've had several people, invest in the machine and never tasted the water and never touched the machine before. And so that kind of made me chuckle, because I remember when we were living in the United States, and I was on one of the calls, and there was a lady that said that, and I was like, what? You mean to tell me she can sell a machine and nobody tastes the water? Like, I can't wait to learn how to do that. And so that just kind of made me smile, because we're actually doing it now, years later, but it's happening. So for this reason, this is why, again, our main strategy is online marketing. And I'm not going to get too much into that right now, but I will have that in another video training of exactly what we do and how we do it. Now, niche marketing really comes down to this. Who would you rather be? Would you rather be a small fish in a big pond, or a big fish in a small pond? It's so funny, because I asked Mitch this question without any pretext of where I was going with it. I just said, hey, Mitch, would you rather be a a small fish in a big pond or a big fish in a small pond? And he was like, I'd rather be a small fish in a big pond because I can move around and see so many more things. I have more things to do and, more fish to be around, et cetera, et cetera. He went into this, reason why being a small fish in a big pond is good. And this, my friends, is the problem when you're working your business online. Sometimes your voice is too small and the pond is too big and no one gets to hear your message. So when you're making these posts and you're not really specific, you're making these posts online, you have a picture of the machine and it says something like drink Kangen water, and then you have a link to buy the machine. Like, you're not speaking to anyone in particular. So when you're not speaking to anyone in particular, no one is responding because you're not talking to them. The person that sees it, you're not talking to them. And the person that sees the other 300 people that sees it, you're not speaking to them. So no one responds because your voice is too small and the pond is too big. And no one hears your message because it's not specific. What I invite you to do is to look at it this way. As a big fish in a small pond, the more knowledgeable, the more experience you get in your niche, the bigger you get. So the more knowledge you gain, the more experience you get, that small fish becomes bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Then that means the more of an expert that you're becoming. So the more you're talking about this particular niche, the more people start to listen, the bigger you become, because now they're giving you their energy of listening, and you become bigger and your voice becomes bigger. And then that's when you'll start getting more sales, because you're actually speaking to a small group of people in a small pond, and now your voice can be heard. So it sounds like niche marketing is the way to go, but somewhere in the back of your mind, you're thinking, wait a minute, hold on. If I focus on a small group of people, won't I be missing out? I mean, I get the small fish, big pond thing. I get that. But is that really realistic? I mean, does that really work? Well, my answer is this. You might like to be everything to everybody, but that's just not possible in terms of your time, in terms of your money, and your energy. Also, it might not make you look very attractive. Think of it like this. Why would it not make you very attractive? Imagine that you've just started dating and your friends ask you, well, who are you looking for? What type of person are you looking for? And your response is, well, any old wife will do, Yeah, I bet you won't get much actual interest because, you're not looking for anyone in particular. And then on top of that, your friends are going to be looking at you like, you sound like you're a little bit desperate. And think about it. That's how the online market looks at you. The online world, when you're posting these posts that's not specific to any one person, it looks as if you're desperate. It looks as if you have no specific goal in mind. Like, you're not speaking to anyone in particular, just anybody who drinks the water, click on this link and, your life will be better. Your life will be changed forever. So just look at it that way. Hopefully that image will stay in your mind, or that thought, and it'll make you want to develop some type of niche marketing for yourself. If you narrow your focus and market, you will be able to serve your clients so much better, and you can focus on those people who need your products and services the most and get the most benefits of what you have to offer. In fact, you get to create the best environment with the type of people you like to work with. Now, to me, that's a win-win. Then you have some people that's like, okay, Donna, okay. Some people are worried that they will be known as the person who does X. They don't want to be labeled. But actually, if you think about it, that really doesn't have to be a negative thing. And don't worry, because when you're creating your niche, there is one simple solution. Once you are known for a certain niche and have plenty of clients, all you can do is grow from there. You can either offer additional services or products based on the actual needs of your client group, or you can even expand to a new niche and gain a whole new client niche. But I implore you to, focus on one niche first, perfect that, and then start growing from there. Now, I can hear someone saying, well, I have just started my Kangen Water business. I'm just now starting out, and I really don't know what I want or what I'm good at in terms of the water, or, who I should be talking to. Well, that may be true in terms of your Kangen business, but you're not just starting out in life. All you need to do is simply ask yourself these questions. What are your interests and your passions? And this could be anything. Are you interested in running marathons? Are you a gymnast? Are you into graphic designing or DIY, do it yourself? What are your interests? What are your passions? Are you into growing fruits and vegetables, herbs? So many things out there. Just identify what you're interested in. Another way that you can find your niche is what are you currently doing? Now, this is where IT pops in. If you're in IT, or if you're in real estate, or if you're currently, I don't know what's out there, insurance sales, what are you currently doing? You can find a niche that way because you're already an expert in what you're currently doing. Another way that you can find your niche market is what did you used to do? If you're retired, what did you retire doing? There's so many things that there's someone in the group, Bill, he is a certified holistic nutritionist, if I remember that correctly. That's excellent. Like, that is the most perfect. You're certified, and that goes right along with the water, so that niche market is excellent, but there's so many things that you can that you can find, so many ways that you can find your particular niche, that I want you to just kind of open up your minds to think about, how do you want your voice to be heard? So yes, I remember telling you all that you have homework. I really want you all to define your target market. I want you to define your niche market. I also want you to remember, in my closing thoughts, that niche marketing, developing your understanding of your market, and improving your skills, passions, and network is an ongoing process. Niche marketing is not a fixed approach. So just remember to stay flexible for opportunities. Also, I want you to listen to your clients' feedback and then fine tune from there. Discover more and more about what you're passionate about and what you are the best at. Niche marketing is really about energy. And I think I said this earlier. It's all about energy. Especially as a small business owner, you can't be everything to all people. There's just no possible way. And there are only 24 hours in a day. And what is going to help is niche marketing. Niche marketing is going to help you focus on two things. Where and with whom do I want to spend my energy? And where and from whom do I want to get my energy? Please Do the homework, leave your thoughts in the comment sections below, and until the next video, I will be talking to you soon.